is a real fuck you movie, a fuck you money movie. I'm making this
fuck
movie.
His own money movie.
Yeah. Fuck you, I'm making it.
Yeah, you know.
I think this is a love you money movie.
That's fair.
Because this is how people, like, if somebody's rich and they're going to fritter away their money, make some cool art. Like, that is
Totally agree.
Yeah.
I
Remember a
agree.
couple years ago, that tool from Scrubs, what's his name?
Zach Braff.
Yeah, when he like crowdfunded his movie, and it's like, you're a fucking millionaire. You were on a syndicated, like wildly popular show. You have money falling out of your ass. Like, fund your own fucking movie, you dick. So good on you, Neil Young.
You're dating Florence Pugh, and she's the hottest of the hottest people right now for gossip. I don't know. You guys don't know about that? That shit's
No,
wild. Yeah, Zach Braff is with Florence Pugh, the chick from like Black Widow, and
he's just like, he's rubbing his hands together. He's like, oh my God, I can cast her in my next movie. I'll get all the money. I don't need no crowdfunding. Garden State 2.
Oh, Jesus.
Christ.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you can get that twee soundtrack. God, I had to hear that soundtrack a lot when I worked retail because one of the managers loved that movie.
A lot of frou-frou.
Yeah. It's like, well, I don't know if I needed to hear that much of the Shins, but thanks.
I like the Shins, but not if I was being forced to listen to them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Then I don't like the Shins so much.
Yeah.
But speaking of artists I'm not super duper familiar with, on this episode of the Kulturecast, I am still your host, Chris Stachiw, still much to the chagrin of many. I am joined once again by my good friend all the way from Mondo, Heather Drain.
Hello, hello.
And soon to exist Taxi Podcast's own Father Malone.
Yeah, that's called Goodnight, Mr. Walters. But I just want to say go with the glow. That's my intro.
Go with the glow, boys. Go with the glow.
And on this episode of the Kulturecast, we are talking about a film by Neil Young that the quote on the VHS cover said, "It's so bad, it's going to be huge."
Which is a horrible quote for the record. Why?
Who was in charge of the marketing?
Yeah. Satan?
We'll talk about bad marketing and more because we're going to be talking about Neil Young's film, along with Dean Stockwell's film, Human Highway.
Nice day we're having.
Yes, there's a lovely rosy glow in the valley.
Oil-rich Indians in space? I was just looking for you, Fred. Oil-rich Indians in space. The facts regarding the situation remain the same, state the authorities.
Lionel, I said back up.
The facts regarding the situation remain the same, state authorities.
Don't you know what that means? I'm proud of you boys. I'm proud of the job that you're doing for your country. Go with the glow, boys. Go with the glow.
Good gas.
Oh, it's bird gas. It's the best.
You make it yourself?
Nah, it comes from birds.
You know how to pucker up, don't you?
Huh?
You just put your lips together and whistle.
Huh?
How much is this gonna cost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just back it in.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? I don't feel I'm the executive.
Boy, did I go for a big trip.
I hate music.
Yes.
So the film is directed by Bernard Shakey, a.k.a. Neil Young, and Dean Stockwell. It's written by Bernard Shakey, Jan Field, Dean Stockwell, Russ Tamblyn, and James Bashirs. And it stars Bernard Shakey, otherwise known as Neil Young. It stars half the people who wrote it, and a coked up Dennis Hopper, and a hyper.
Seems like he's on lewds, honestly.
and DEVO. And there's music and there's
Yes.
Devo music and it's trip. But Heather, you picked this film. We actually talked about it the last time we were recording, and it kind of came up organically in conversation, which is kind of the way we do these episodes, the three of us. So tell us a little bit about why you want to do Human Highway, kind of your experiences with the film.
I wanted to do it because I don't feel like enough people talk about this movie, and it's such an utterly fascinating cult film that for being a cult film that has all of these, cast of characters, and most people don't. I feel like it's not underground, obviously, but it's very underrated and underlooked at. And it actually first came upon my periphery when I read a review of it, and I believe Michael Weldon's Psychotronic Video Guide. And it stuck in my brain for years. I was like, this movie sounds amazing. And I'm a huge Devo fan. And my first taste of the movie is like on a lot of Devo compilations, they have the music video for Worried Man, which they sing in the movie, which is a great, great cover. And then finally, I was able to get it on DVD, and it's the director's cut, which we'll kind of go into a little bit more because there's some slightly different cuts. Nothing major, but from what I've been reading, like the original theatrical cut and the director's cut are a little different, but I love it. It's everything I love in a movie where people just kind of let loose and cut loose and don't worry about, like, is this going to make sense? Is this going to please the critics? Is this going to win us awards? Is it going to make us a lot of money? This is no fucks given cinema, which is a straight Valentine to this girl's heart.
What about you, Father Malone? This is a film you hadn't seen, which is a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked I hadn't even heard of this movie. I'm a fan of almost everyone involved in it, so was kind of shocked to know it existed. And Psychotronic Film Guide is absolutely like perfect place to discover this thing. I think I'm kind of shocked I didn't. You know what this movie reminded me of? On USA Network in the mid 80s, 85, I think they started. There was a show called Night Flight.
Yes.
On Saturday nights and Friday and Saturday night, and it would come on at like 10 p.m. and then run till like 6 a.m. They would show the whole show and then show the whole show again. It was just peopled with clips and animated shorts and bits of poetry and weird thing. Like this movie, I'm shocked was not featured on it. I mean, maybe it was, and I didn't even know, but it would have fit in there because it comes from this weird sort of early 80s, like this kind of experimental film thing that finally kind of coalesced a little bit there. Like at the beginning when people started to really kind of dissect American culture and the ways that we can examine it. I think this movie is a perfect example of that. I had a really good time watching this movie. I think it wasn't like overall wowed by it. At a certain point, the movie to me absolutely took off and I was 100% with it, and then kind of ends the way it ends, which I liked, honestly. But it's remarkably well shot. It's really like I'm a sucker for miniatures and bigatures and all of these old timey process shots as we could refer to them now. But like this movie is absolutely chock-a-block with them, and I loved. I don't think there's no real story in this movie, which is to me a problem. But like that's not really the point. So I'm quibbling anyway. That was my experience, Chris.
And like yourself, I had never seen it, never heard of it. Not that I'm not a fan of Neil Young, but I haven't listened to any Neil Young, like for the most part. So coming into this, I've listened to Devo, obviously. So that, Mark Begley would strangle me if I said I hadn't listened to Devo, given that he's the big Devo fan. I mean, I'm surprised. Next time I talk to him, I'm going to ask him about this movie because there's no way he's never heard of it, because it's very much a Neil Young movie, but it is also very much a Devo movie. And I feel like the Devo nature of the movie is very obvious from the look of it, right?
The influence of them?
Yeah. Just I think in general.
Yeah. Well, and this is we're going into like a really interesting point in time of Neil Young's career too, not just because of this movie, because this is also when he's made like the 3 albums that basically got him off of his label. Like they were mixed. They wanted him to make quote unquote Neil Young records. And the 3 records he made was Old Ways, which was like an old school country album. Everybody's Rockin', which is his rockabilly album, which is really good. I have it. And Trans, which is his like electronic synthesizer. Like it's like Neil. Yes, it's so good. I mean, you think about it.
That's the Neil Young that I actually like. I know everyone's in love with Buffalo Springfield Neil Young, but like that particular period, 100%.
Same. Same, especially because like the thing I always respected about Neil Young, because I don't 100% love everything he's done musically, but I've always respected him fiercely, is this is a cat who is the real deal. There were like a handful of artists from the 60s that when things like punk came along, they got it because they understood there was connective tissue. They understood like, I had that anger too. That's why we got in the counterculture in the 60s. Yeah, we wanted to do something different. We wanted to get out of the status quo. Neil Young was one of those guys, of course, that immediately got that appeal of punk. Another one was like Ray Manzarek, who ended up working with the band X. A little bit later on, Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy, and of course Mark Bolan. No shock that one of the gods of glam rock would get it, but yeah, I mean, Neil Young, I think he's just always proof that the only truly cool member of Crosby, Still, Nash and Young is Neil fucking Young.
I like Stephen Stills. He's a gentle sort.
Did you ever read like David Yao from the Jesus Lizard? Like he had an interview where he was asked about like Stephen Stills needed that song "Love the One You With."
Yeah,
and he was talking about how much he hated that song, and he's like, "It's so insulting." And he was like, "How old is Stephen Stills?" And at the time, the guy was like, the interviewer was like, "I think he's 69." And he's like, "Well, he ain't gonna make it to 70 if I have anything to do with it."
Well, in fairness, "Love the One You're With" is a despicable song.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you might as well call it "You'll Do, Honey."
Yeah. I just need a body that's warm.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with you. Like, I don't like everything Neil Young does either. Like, I've run real hot and cold on him, but I have never not enjoyed his consistently sort of seeking what's new and embracing it. Because like here with Devo and punk and, by the 90s, when grunge came along, he was the front man out there. Like that, like everyone was sort of like propping him up because the whole grunge thing is Neil Young, really. So like he did. And I don't know. I respect him as a human and an artist sort of like across the board. Maybe not as a filmmaker, but just because of no, I take that back because the film is really well shot and really competently made and really fun. And like a lot of novice directors don't even know where to point the fucking camera. And Neil has an eye. But my problem with this movie is the dramatics of the movie. It seems like it's a lot of improv from a bunch of actors with no improv training. Sorry.
No. But
I could see that, I guess. I mean, there are some scenes that feel very off the cuff and just like, we're just going to point the camera at you. But even then, like, a recent example, 2016's Ghostbusters. That was admittedly one of these like point the camera at everybody and they'll just dance and scream and shout and look how bad that is. Like this turned out rather well. If there's a lot of improv, which there is a lot of improv, in the research they mentioned they did a fair amount of improving, so it's not surprising.
Okay.
Your critique and complaint is founded in reality because they were doing improvisation. So
because it feels like in any film that they're doing it, you can tell right away when there's. I like this movie, but just don't think these are improv people, and you either have it or you don't. Like so.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it kind of. I didn't have a problem with it because it just kind of. I feel like it sort of just lent just to the whole weirdness of everything. It lent to sort of the off-kilterness of this universe we're in. And by the way, I have to mention, I am a huge sucker for films that take place in these. Everything's an artificial, environment. Like there's no real nature.
Yeah.
Or very little, it's very like, and I always end to bring this director a lot because I'm working on a book about him, but like a lot, like that's why I love Stephen Sadie and stuff. Like you watch Dr. Caligari and, even the flora and fauna are artificial. Like it's very American in a way. It's like American meets German expressionism meets, theater. And taking those things and applying it to something. That's the thing. This is a very American film. Like it's very much in some ways like a critique of American culture.
Yeah. It feels like a takedown of the whole baby boomer generation by the best baby boomer possible. and in interesting and weird ways. Like it is a slap in the face of like the sort of stupidity of America at the time and the technology that we were surrounded with and nobody was even questioning at all. Like, I just love how there's a shot of Bougie Boy drinking the gas in this movie. It's so off-putting and wonderful at the same time. It's a good guess. Birds made it.
Oh God!
Yeah, I mean, look, I like it as these. I like that it's disconnected and disjointed and not supposed to be a movie. This isn't your typical narrative film. I know it's more experimental and everything. And by the way, Heather, I 100% love the world they made. I love an artificial world too. This sort of like, and they could have made the sky like a video thing, and I would have been like, yeah, this is a real world we're in. I just think when you form that type of irreality. Is that a word? I don't know.
It is now. I like it.
Yeah.
When you form that, like, that's why I want all of the dialogue to bring us somewhere. I don't want people making shit up on screen. I don't know. I have a very low tolerance for it.
No, I can understand that. I mean, I think that's a fair. I mean, I don't agree with it personally, but I think it's a fair critique, and I totally understand it.
Meanwhile, I do love to watch. I was never like, I'm not enjoying myself watching, Dennis Hopper and Sally Kirkland and fucking Dean Stockwell in a scene together. That's joy, but like there's so much promise with everything else in the movie that's why I'm upset.
I mean, I don't know. I think for me, I'm also like the main cast are all actors I'm a huge mark for. Because it's like, I mean, you have Dean Stockwell, who we just lost not that long ago. I love Dean Stockwell. Russ Tamblyn, who's always a joy. Dennis Hopper as a fry cook feeding eggs to a raccoon.
Oh my God, that raccoon was so wonderful.
I love that raccoon. Sally Kirkland.
His little hands.
Oh, raccoons are so cute. They do have cute little like little hands. But and then of course Neil Young's great as he plays this kind of derpy, kind of gorpy character Lionel, who's this gas attendant, auto mechanic, and and that's another reason to love Neil Young. Is like he's not usually when musicians put themselves in their own movies, ends up being a very bloated ego fest of like, look at me, look at how great I am, kind of like like say,
even if they're broke down, they're still awesomely broke
right
down.
Like Bob Dylan. Neil Young, he's the man. In fact, I actually watched a little interview with Gerald Casale from DEVO where he talked about when DEVO went in to meet him, at the time they were kind of like some of us, like where it's just like, the granola guy, because they didn't really listen to a lot of Neil Young. And then he said like within a minute he immediately realized how wrong they were, because like he was so turned on and so just like excited, and that's the thing, like I love that you pointed out like Neil Young is a guy that gloms on to new things, but he does it in such a natural way. It's not like somebody being like, it's not like Tommy Lee doing a new metal album with Methods of Mayhem.
Right.
That's a timely reference.
I don't know. That Tommy Lee album that he did on his own was pretty good.
You like that Get Naked song, Chris?
I like all of it. I mean, Tommy Lee just on drums and then singing. Oof.
Oh God.
Really good.
Oof.
I missed this album.
You didn't.
It's called Tommyland.
Tommyland. Well,
oh wait, we're talking the solo. I was talking Methods of Mayhem.
Oh, I was talking his solo album.
Oh God, he did do that. I read his biography called Tommyland, and I regret that.
I have not listened to any Neil Young because my perception of Neil Young is that he was this folksy dingus. So, which is like clearly not the case.
No,
but like,
no.
Can you blame me for thinking he was a folksy dingus? Like,
I think that's David Crosby. If we're
yeah, that is David Crosby.
Because he's a dingus.
He puts the capital D in dingus.
Folksy Dingus is also the name of a new character I think one of us needs to create.
Folksy Dingus.
With Flossie Buggers.
the continuing adventures of Flossie Buggers and Folksy Dingus.
Gotta write these down, guys.
Yeah, some fucking gold.
Flossie Buggers.
Yes.
And Borgus Weems.
Borgus Weems. That's another good one. Jesus Christ. Night Gallery giving us a good one. Borgus. Good God. No, I just assumed that was Neil Young's oeuvre was just folk rock, which I'm okay with, but I don't know. Nobody's ever been like, this is what you should listen to for Neil Young. Because that's the way I operate. It's like if somebody's like, listen to this, and this, it's like, okay, you've given me a starting point. Otherwise, it's just like, he's just like a Canadian guy who makes music. Like, I don't know. Like, I know nothing about him until watching this movie. Like, that's my frame of reference for Neil Young is like,
what's funny, Chris, is
Bob Dylan adjacent, maybe.
Like when I was growing up, he was that folksy doofus, right? For me and my generation, I guess. And I mean, the underground were still hearing what he was doing, but like in 89, 90 with like rocking in the free world with that shit, like our generation who had accepted that he was a folksy dingus no longer accepted the folksy dingus. The problem is the Neil Young we got in the 90s that fittered away because he fell out of the spotlight. So all that's left is the folksy dingus mythos.
And like that's his picture on Wikipedia. He's got like his little hat on and like a little guitar, and it's like folksy guy.
Yeah, but even in like, hanging around with Devo, he was still folksy guy. Like, I mean, he was wearing a Sex Pistols shirt at one point, sure, but
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's folksy dingus, Jesus.
It's a good term.
I'm stuck on it. I'm trying to crawl past that this week because my brain is just like folksy dingus.
Not to be confused with folksy dingai, plural of dingus.
That is terrifying. Actually, that's also called Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Folksy dinguys.
But no, I mean, Neil Young musically, I listened to every album. No. But think about like, Out of the Blue and Into the Black, Hey, Hey, My, which we get an amazing like jam version of it with him and Devo in the movie that is completely, the only thing it was missing was like Suicide coming in, like Alan Vega comes in and starts jamming with him too, which
it's the best version of the song I've ever heard, by the way.
It's so good.
It's really good.
It is my favorite, but you see him do that live and it's like got a lot of teeth to it, which is a thing. That's always my problem with a lot of folk rock is most folk musicians, to me, they lack a teeth, they lack that. Like if I'm hearing somebody sing something rootsy, I want something viciousness. I want something real. I want dirt and blood and tears. I want that human experience. And there are folk musicians who could bring that, but there's not a lot of them.
No, most ain't heavy.
And they're not my brother either. That's but so Chris, I mean, I'm curious, like how, since you had no really real knowledge at all of Neil Young's catalog, like do you feel like that kind of made this viewing a little different for you as opposed to being Father Malone? Even though I know Father Malone, you hadn't seen it. I mean, you're familiar with trance, like you're familiar with that weird ass era.
I'm at least I was familiar with music and familiar with Neil Young sort of overall, like musically. I had no idea he had made this.
Yeah. So Chris, do you think that made your viewing experience of the film a little different than ours?
I think so. And I mean, again, like my assumption with who Neil Young was not the kind of person who would make a movie like this, like at all. Like the kind of movie that I assume he would make would be something more akin to, I don't know, that Chris Christopherson movie with Barbra Streisand.
Star is Born.
Yeah. Something like that.
Which is exactly the kind of movie that Heather mentioned earlier that he didn't like, which most rock stars is like, well, I'm going to look awesome no matter what.
Right. I like that there's like a fair amount of self-deprecating humor. I like that there's a fair amount of just weird stuff happening. I mean, again, there's just weird stuff. Like I don't even know how to explain things that happen in this movie other than it's a trip.
Well, and we get not one but two dual roles because we see Dennis Hopper as a fry cook cracker, which is great, and then he shows up as like a kind of proto yuppie businessman for like 2 minutes, which is also amazing. And then you have Neil Young, who's Lionel, but then Frankie Fontaine is also Neil Young.
Oh, was that right?
Is that him? That is him. Double check me on it, but I'm pretty sure he looks.
I like the movie a little more now.
I know, right? And he looks straight up like Boris Blank from Yellow as Frankie Fontaine. I'm like, that's that motherfellow. That ain't Frankie Fontaine. Like,
I could not know. If that's really Neil Young, I'm very, very impressed.
Right? Oh, and having the name Frankie Fontaine.
Yeah, it's a good name.
The alliteration. Oh, actually, I guess we have three because Dean Stockwell plays Otto and
old Otto.
Old Otto, who we only really see in the
Well, technically, don't we have four? Because then we have Mark Mothersbaugh and Bougie Boy, also played by Mark Mothersbaugh.
Totally.
I like to think
role.
I like to think Bougie Boy is his own. I know he's not.
Yeah, Mark Mothersbaugh is not involved. Bougie Boy's also on set. So
I mean, come on.
He's like Andy Kaufman. He's like Andy Kaufman's guy, right?
Tony Clifton, right?
Yeah, just like that.
I mean,
guys, I'm looking through my notes and every one of them has a question mark after it.
I love it. Yes.
What happened? Question mark.
Yeah, like, are they supposed to be kids? Question mark.
So the plot of the movie as it stands is we're following a town in the middle of nowhere that is next to a nuclear power plant, and they don't know that it's the last day on Earth. And they don't know. So they're just going about their daily lives, and we're going about their daily lives with them.
Pretty much. Right.
Which is, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
we get to experience their hopes and dreams.
Day in the life movie. There's nothing wrong with that. I like those kinds of movies.
Great dream sequence. We get to see Russ Tamblyn doing all the great physical comedy and dancing that he was actually
dancing on shovels.
Yes, which that was a thing he did in old Hollywood musicals.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I love God.
The dream sequence, by the way, is when the movie actually took off for me. Like I was enjoying everything, but once they got once it became a musical kind of, and that sort of dreamy powwow where these Native Americans are burning the wooden Indians, like. How great did those guys feel that day that they were doing that? I bet they felt awesome.
I love that. And especially because it's such when you get to that section, it's definitely almost it's not tonal whiplash, but that's like the one section that's taking you out of the prefabricated universe and actually like, okay, we're in Topanga Canyon and I'm assuming
boy aren't
yeah.
It's either Topanga or Laurel Canyon, somewhere out there where the hippies were hanging out. I mean, it evokes it real hard.
But it fits within like the whole this film has so much criticism about like the oil industry, greed. It's very kind of definitely anti-capitalist, anti-nuclear war. And then, you have this whole sequence of like, wow, we had this beautiful natural world where there isn't the glow and we raped it. And then we go to the logical end where everything just blows up.
Which felt very Monty Python. Like the ending felt very just like so nihilistic in the best way.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But hey, that Tomahawk spaceship is still out there, so everything's fine.
Well, and again, they all went to heaven in the end, so...
Right. Everything was good.
Including Frankie Fontaine.
The most hopeful apocalypse I've ever seen, the end of this movie.
They're literally climbing a stairway to heaven.
Yeah. Everything seemed pretty okay, actually.
Led Zeppelin was right.
Yeah, they were there. They knew all.
Oh, gosh. And I would be utterly remiss if I didn't mention one of my favorite character actors of all time, in addition to the other ones I've mentioned, is Fox Harris.
Yay!
Who, oh my God, my heart. I love Fox Harris, who plays Steve.
It's a terrible racist thing he's doing here, but it's Fox Harris, so fuck it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's I don't know. Yeah, I guess it is. Damn, I can't.
It is, and what's crazy is like in the dream sequence, like they have a dancing Sikh in that. Like, obviously Neil Young is not in any way a racist human being. Like, I don't think he's capable. So it just doesn't make sense, other than the fact that this is a movie and it's all crazy kook. Like, why would a sheik be there? Like, it's just all the artifice of it all. I'm going with that.
Well, and also his sheik to me seemed less like trying to be a racist character and more like a Rudolph Valentino on acid.
Right.
Because he's I love the fact that he's kind of like a bisexual sheik.
Yeah.
And
it's they hadn't thrown some brown on him. It would have been, I wouldn't have cared. It would have been perfect. It would have been just some fucking lunatic dressed like a sheik. Like, there could have been that.
I don't know. Jamie Farr did it pretty good in Cannonball Run. Falafel, who do you?
Yes.
Okay, this is great. This is comedy gold.
Yes, Effendi. Effendi.
Oh my God. Woo.
We've been dealing with this a lot lately.
God, yeah. All of a sudden, it's like, let's just be racist.
Yeah. Or I would say we're noticing it more now, but we're not. Like, it just so happens everything we've been watching lately has hideous racist caricature,
a twinge of anti-brown, of like brown face, like all of a sudden, because we talked the Effendi thing was, what the hell's the guy's name? The actor there's the actor who played, the guy who played Frosty the Snowman doing brown face with a turban on.
Yeah. And then another episode of Night Gallery where Henry Silva was playing brownface, where they brown-faced him up and put a turban on him. And then we watched Cannonball Run with Jamie Farr.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Which is like the worst example of all of them. Like, yeah, it's a little offensive in this movie. Yeah, it's not nearly as bad as Jamie Farr and Cannonball Run. Like, that's a new low.
Man. So you guys doing
found a new low for him.
Breakfast at Tiffany's next.
Oh my God! Yes,
I know, right? Why not?
Mrs. Go Right-Ree, Mrs. Go Right-Ree.
Oh my God!
Everybody, Mickey Rooney.
It's so It's awful, not just because it's racist. It totally, like, the film is on its own path, and then he shows up, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right? Like, it doesn't even make sense that he's there. Who gives a shit? What, did we need a fucking comic relief in the middle? Come on.
Yes, it was funny.
Racist.
It was so funny. Best part of it.
There's the only time Mickey Rooney's ever been funny in his life is there's a Family Guy bit where it was about, this is like Mickey Rooney shirtless screaming at a mouse, and they show shirtless Mickey Rooney yelling at a mouse.
I thought it was pretty funny in Night at the Museum, where he was.
I liked him on The Simpsons, on that Radioactive Man episode, where he like swoops in at the last second, like, and he steals Milhouse's role.
Yeah,
see, I haven't seen.
I could play that.
Of those, so.
Mickey Rooney, yeah. I mean, look, it's not that bad in this movie.
No,
it's, thank God. Devo and Neil Young would not go there.
No, well, it fucks Harris. I mean, I just love seeing him in everything, and I wish he could have been in even more movies. Man was not enough and did not live long enough. He should have lived a lot longer. But so. Yeah. And what's funny, I didn't recognize him until like I was, the first time I watched this, I kept thinking that guy looks so familiar. And I looked at the credits and I was like, holy shit.
I did the exact same thing. I went, wait a minute. Who is that?
Oh my God. It's my beloved Fox Harris from Repo Man and Dr. Caligari and Straight to Hell, which I think in some ways this film would make a great double bill with Alex Cox's Straight to Hell.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, 100%.
Right?
Definitely. Yeah.
I was thinking about Forbidden Zone as a double feature as well.
Triple bill. Let's do that.
Yes. I love that movie too.
Yeah. Yeah. And that movie came out, 4 years
around the same time?
this?
It's all like of a piece.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of felt, and that was like when I was watching this, that's what it was making me think of, was Forbidden Zone, which is another kind of fever dream of a movie.
Yeah.
But also involving, a pretty big band from the time. And I mean, it's still big if you're into the mystical knights of the Order of the Oingo.
Yes.
But if you're into that sort of thing.
This movie felt a bit like an advertisement for the Church of the Subgenius in places.
Oh my God. All it was missing was that Ivan Stang, stop motion, like with the Barbies. Oh God. Yes, it is very well. And of course, who worked with Devo was Ivan Stang. Like Mark Mothersbaugh has been in Churches of Genius films.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I watched just a couple of months ago, I watched one of their old recruitment videos, and he's all over it.
Oh my God.
This is my moment of slack doing these podcasts.
Oh, everybody needs slack. Chris, are you familiar with?
I have literally no idea what you guys are talking about.
We need to convert you.
You're basically already one of them.
Yeah, you have the Yedison seed within you, my son.
So what is it? You have to tell me now.
Well, the Church of Genius is basically, it's a religion, non-religion, where you can pay, what was it, $25 for your salvation or your money back.
Exactly.
Guaranteed salvation or your money back. Now that's the kind of deal I think we can all get behind. And
it's science-based non-religion religion. It is wonderful and very, very sort of bold and dramatic in all of its presentations. you have, I guarantee you've seen the face of what's his name? Bob Dobbs. Yeah. The with the pipe. It's like a big smiling face, and he has a pipe. It looks very 50s.
It's only like some 50s clip art. That's amazing.
Look it up, sucker.
Yeah.
Church of Subgenius.
Well, and I highly recommend, Chris, the Church of Subgenius did a film called Arise, which, if you love experimental cinema and weird ass satire, you must see it. I think if you're a cult film person, Arise should be on your must watch list.
Yeah, you know what, Chris? Have you ever seen Tribulation 99?
Yes. Oh my God, I love that.
That is so fucking far up your alley. I'm shocked you haven't seen it. It is a movie that's like telling you the secrets of all conspiracies, because it's all one conspiracy, and it charts the history of our alien overlords and everything. It is an amazing tone poem. It's of a piece with everything we're discussing here. Like, I think you would dig that one particularly.
Huh.
Yes.
No, I have never seen J.R. Bob Dobbs before.
Yes.
Oh, no. Well, now you have.
Welcome.
You can't unsee him.
Yes. And the biggest thing that the Church of Genius celebrate is the art of slack.
Okay. Which is...
which is having, basically being slackful, being cool. You're not pink, you're not straight-laced, you're not toiling and just basically living to just work and die. You're having some slack. It's basically kind of an anti-status quo, anti-capitalist, kind of thing.
It brings you joy by doing nothing.
Well, David Byrne considers himself a member, so
Yeah. Well, and plus there's the whole lore of the if you're truly non-pink, you have the Yedison seed.
Yeah.
There's this whole
what?
It's very labyrinthine, but also really simple.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I have a rise. I'll.
Oh my God, you got to see it.
Also, Jonathan Demme, Penn Jillette, some Mojo Nixon.
Oh, I love Mojo Nixon. How did I forget Penn Jillette? Yeah. See, cool. Is Don Henley in that church? Hell no.
No.
Paul Rubens is though.
Yes, he is.
Paul Rubens is cool.
Yeah.
Anybody that's not cool is the anti-Bob.
Mm-hmm.
So
don't be an anti-Bob.
Exactly.
Oh boy, I feel like this is a rabbit hole that I'm about to fall down.
I can keep going too. With the Church of the Subgenius.
This is like some Silmarillion lore shit all of a sudden that I've wandered into.
Oh man,
J.R. Dobbs begat Connie Dobbs.
I've got at least 3
anti-Bob. That's insane. So this is serious then, but fake.
Yes, wonderfully fake and wonderfully real.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Right. God damn it.
God damn it.
I don't care if this is a fake religion or not. So I guess what about this movie makes you guys say that? Now that we're on the topic of the Church of Subgenius, which I don't know how we got here. I mean, I know how we got here, but it wouldn't have. Now can't unknow what I know. Why do you guys say that?
I think this movie, the sort of the tone and temperament and experimental nature and a willingness to sort of throw off things while making fun of everything, including themselves, is very, very Church of the Subgenius. It's, a collision of everything old and dead and new and modern. Like, that's kind of this movie, and kind of like, like Forbidden Zone is, I think, of the same piece, So it just so happens we're talking about this literary form that was the Church of the Subgenius, and then they eventually branched into video and such.
Beautifully put. Yeah, it's totally like punk. It's like post-punk modern.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there's also sort of that that connection of having an irreverence, but also still being able to have some very kind of savage digs at certain things that are very much problems in our culture,
right,
in our country, in our society, but done in a way where it's not, it's savage, but it's still fun and it's still surreal, and it gets the point across without being overly heavy, which in some ways I think one can argue that subversiveness can be a more powerful tool.
Well, I think so.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like, and that's because subversiveness is also so hard to do. Like, genuine subversiveness, but not like manufactured subversiveness, is really hard to do.
Yeah.
And do well, really. I mean, you can have people doing it, but not really putting their heart and soul into it. It takes a special group of people like Devo or Neil Young to be subversive. I mean, not everybody can do it. Like you said, Don Henley's not going to be in this movie. The Eagles are about as white bread, milk toast motherfuckers as you can get. They're not subversive in any form or fashion. Desperado.
The Eagles make Foghat look like the Residents.
I don't know, that I get a sense from this movie that like everybody involved was just like, I don't give a fuck. Like they give a fuck, but they don't give a fuck, because you're right. Like, that's the whole thing that you were just talking about. Like, you give a fuck, but you don't. You have to come across as not giving a fuck, but you do give a fuck massively.
I think it's like I know, like most people who are, pessimists, they go, well, I'm a realist, but it is kind of a realist idea. Like, yes, the world is fucked and we're all going to die, but how ridiculous is that it is happening this way? And how is it that we're not seeing it happen? Like, let's have a good time. Like,
it's happening tomorrow. Like,
dancing into the apocalypse is a concept that I find near and dear to my heart. Like, it's going to be the end. Like, nothing you can do about it anyway. Like, have a talent show, for God's sake. Like, why not?
Feed some eggs to some raccoons.
Steal some fucking sausage off of the guy's plate and then give it back to him once it's been in your mouth. How happened in the movie? I'm not.
I know. It just.
He's oddly specific. Are you sure?
Yeah.
If any other scenario, someone have been like, "Did this happen to you, sir?"
That's why I had to clarify for our listeners.
This is the movie.
They can't see me.
This is not my real life.
There's a reason why I haven't been back to Waffle House.
I really like Dean Stockwell in this movie as well. But like, is that surprising? Like,
No.
right?
Effortlessly charming.
God, he's so
He's
charming.
a dick in this movie, and I loved him.
His socks were so cool. He had like the best socks.
His outfit is great.
Oh god.
See the dude from a mile away.
Yeah. I know he's such a dick, but I was like, God, look at this handsome man. Look at this stylish dude. And Dean Stockwell, I don't know if you guys know this, has a very, very huge connection to Neil Young in a lot of ways.
I'm
Neil
curious.
Young,
I actually don't know what the connection is.
yes, I made sure to write it down, but because I didn't want to forget, because like I said, I'm not the most knowledgeable person organically about Neil Young's discography, but I believe it's 1971, his album After the Gold Rush, which is considered by a lot of fans as one of his biggest albums, was based on and inspired by a screenplay that Dean Stockwell had written.
That's curious.
Isn't that cool? And Dean Stockwell also designed the album cover for Neil Young's 1977 album Stars and Bars.
Holy shit.
Right. And on top of that, Stockwell, Tamblyn, and I believe Neil Young are all in Dennis Hopper's The Last Movie. Neil might not be in it, but Tamblyn and Dean are definitely in it. And so that's the thing. You have this whole core of like people that are very well known in the establishment, but yet are dyed in the wool weirdos, like art weirdos.
100%. And like, they're like all young Hollywood. Like that sort of late 50s, early 60s guys who were like watched the studio system as it was crumbling and then rejected everything on the way.
And Dean Stockwell was acting since he was a child, right?
He was the boy with the green hair.
Oh, he was. And I mean, of course, and Russ Tamblyn was in West Side Story.
Oh yeah, Russ Tamblyn's awesome. He's in The Haunting. He's fucking great in that movie.
I love Russ Tamblyn. He's another dude in anything. Like, it doesn't matter if it's Hollywood or like an Al Adamson movie. The dude is gold, straight up.
Dr. Jacoby.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Dr. Jacoby. Oh.
That's the role that I know him from. So
that was my introduction to him too. And then my mother, I believe, was like, "Yeah, you should watch some of these movies," and like maybe watch West Side Story. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I'm trying to think what my introduction to Dean Stockwell would have been. It might have been Quantum Leap.
I think a lot of people that was their introduction to Dean Stockwell. For me, it was Dune.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man,
he's really good in Dune too.
Really good in Dune. He's spooky and eerie in that movie.
Yeah.
I like. There's something off about it. Then there's something off about Dean Stockwell, which is why I love him so much.
I mean, yeah, I've always kind of had a theory that with Blue Velvet, that in some ways Dean Stockwell is like actually a little more creepy if you think about it than Frank Booth, because Frank Booth is obviously the big energy, but it's always the quieter person that's really going to be the most fucked up person if you think about it.
The guy, even just going along with that personality, there's something wrong much more with that person, like, because they know, and the Booth character is just a fucking lunatic and is not in any way self-aware.
Oh god, to Ben, but yeah, the way he's like, darling, like he doesn't have that accent, but he's just, darling, could you get some glasses for Frank's beer? Yeah, like the way it's just the way he does everything is just so brilliant. And then I love that. Then he was like this character that everybody loved in Quantum Leap. Like Dean Stockwell's truly like has played probably almost every type of role.
Yeah, my favorite Dean Stockwell performance is in Married to the Mob, the Jonathan Demme movie. He's so fucking good in that movie. He just outshines everybody, and that's a really good cast in a really good movie. And somehow he just sails past everyone. Tony the Tiger LaRusso.
Dean Stockwell, 207 credits to his name.
Good Lord, that's too many.
It's a lot.
And does that probably doesn't include like individual episodes of something, right?
No. It's just like
it's like 200
show.
things he was in. Never mind, 8 seasons of Quantum Leap or whatever.
Right. Yeah. No. He's he brings a level of charisma to this movie. I mean, so does everybody. I think everybody's pretty good in this movie. Even Neil Young, who I don't like consider an actor, obviously.
Oh, Neil Young's great. I mean, because think about it, he's like match for match with like Russ Tamblyn.
Yeah.
And guys like that, like that's
he holds his own.
Goods. Yeah. Also, like, come on, Sally Kirkland. who she's always
really good in this.
Yeah, and she's always fascinated me because she started off as like in the 60s, she was definitely kind of part of that like kind of weird actors group that were sort of on the fringe, like Rip Torn, who she acted with in Coming Apart, which is if either one of you have you guys seen Coming Apart?
I have.
It's
many moons ago.
Brilliant, Chris. It's so good.
Not.
It's no fun, but it's brilliant. It's really good. And but then like she kind of had this what?
I just can't take Rip Torn seriously because the only thing I know him from is Freddy Got Fingered in Men in Black. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you need to see.
We're not hosting an intergalactic
That is so sad.
Freddy Got Fingered is an amazing movie. Talk about subversive comedy.
No, I love Freddy Got Fingered, but please, Rip Torn is one of my favorite actors ever. You got to see some proper Rip Torn.
I mean, he's good in those movies. You know what? He's good in Dodgeball.
Yeah, he's great in those. But you should probably see him playing a dramatic role where he's actually giving it his all.
I don't know. I like to think of him as the guy with long hair who sits in a wheelchair and drinks his own piss.
Well, maybe you should watch Maidstone, where he for realsies hits Norman Mailer in the head with a hammer while he's like tripping balls. And it's
what the fuck?
It's seriously one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen because Norman Mailer was a total chode.
Oh,
and Torn is man, even while he's like pinning him and Mailer's like biting him, there's all this blood, and Torn's just like, it's okay, baby. It's okay. Yeah, he's the fucking man. Like, I love Rip Torn. He's so sexy.
I'll have to watch this movie that you're talking about. It sounds interesting.
Yeah. So yes, and Rip Torn. I'm amazed Rip Torn isn't in Human Highway. Like, it almost feels like he should be in this, right?
His absence is felt.
And I believe I cannot remember her name. I think one of the other actresses, like that plays the waitress, was in Eraserhead.
Yeah, everyone in the movie is somehow vaguely familiar, even if you just don't know them outright. Sally Kirkland, you mentioned like she came out of that sort of like that 60s. We're talking like Stella Adler and like, the Method, that generation of actors. But Sally Kirkland has always struck me as someone who, if she wasn't an actress, she would be in an asylum. She seems very, very out there. I had a friend who was in a movie with her and confirmed that to me. So like she's not there.
No, I'm not arguing. It
doesn't take away from any of her performances. She's fucking spectacular. So she can go be a nut job all she wants. I just think it's every time I look at occasionally, not every time I look at her, but occasionally she'll give a line reading or something. And go, oh yeah, right. She's cool.
Oh God. Like, yeah, that movie Cold Feet. Oh my God, Chris, have you seen? Oh, dude,
no,
you got Sally Kirkland, you got Tom Waits playing a hitman that refers to himself in the first person.
Oh dear.
And I believe Keith Carradine. I'm trying to remember. It's been a few years.
And Rip Torn.
And Rip Torn, baby. All roads lead to Rip.
And Bill Pullman. How have I never seen this movie?
Yeah, how have you not seen this movie?
Oh, there's a really great point. Sally Kirkland's character is trying to seduce Tom Waits while they're like on this road. I don't want to give away too much of the plot. And he's like, he's like trying to get her off him. And he's like, how about I pull over and I'll find you a shepherd? Like, that always cracked me up.
He came up with that line.
Oh, he's wearing these like see-through like fishnet shirts. He's the man.
Good old Keith Carradine. That's a Dexter actor if I've ever heard one.
Indeed. Speaking of Tom Waits, the DP on this movie is a guy named David Myers, who would eventually shoot Big Time, Tom Waits' concert film.
Which is so good.
And, he was a concert, like documentarian DP mainly, but he also, like, I wrote down, I was shocked. Just as a DP, he was THX 1138.
Holy shit.
FM and roadie. What the fuck? He did both?
What? He did roadie? Oh my God.
Yeah. He did Wham in China. I just threw that in because it made me laugh.
Which?
But just as a camera operator, he shot Gimme Shelter, The Last Waltz, Big Time, and Elvis on Tour. The best Elvis concert movie when he's completely a mess. So I was watching Human Highway and I was just, no matter what, this movie is fucking gorgeously shot. Who is this guy? And it turns out he's a fucking hero.
Wow. Man, Wham in China.
Wham in China.
In fact, I think we have the name of our story that's going to have Folksy Dingus, Flossy Buggers, and what was the third one?
Board the Swims, but that's not ours. We stole that.
We stole that one.
Right?
Amy the talking gorilla.
That's up for grabs. I don't think anyone wants that.
Nobody wants that except for her owner, who's giving her cocktails.
Dylan McDermott, Mulroney,
Ironsides.
Gerbil McDillet.
Gerbil
McDillet.
There's your third name, Heather.
Yeah.
Gerbil McDillet. Gerbil Mcdillet. That would have been a character in this fucking movie.
I know.
And in the role of Gerbil McDillet, Dean Stockwell.
Actually,
get on over here.
I think another name I'd like to throw in the ring. I once drew a little one-panel comic that had a guy named Pickles Orion.
Pickles Orion. I got one. Pinky Gamoots.
Ooh, I love Pinky Gamoots. Pinky Gamoots is one hell of a hoofer.
She absolutely is.
Pinky Gamoots.
She makes Ruby Keeler look like
Flossy Buggers.
Like Flossy Buggers.
Good old Flossy Buggers. Couple of them buggers.
Whoa.
Flossy Buggers sounds like the name of a woman who
has made some choices.
A cigarette hangs out of her mouth at all times, whether or not she realizes it. Yeah.
100%.
Flossy. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Never lit, but somehow it's half burned.
Yes.
She was born with a Pall Mall.
Yeah.
It burned out long ago and she's never noticed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Smells of Thunderbird wine.
Ooh, does she call people hun?
Yeah.
You know she does.
Flossy Buggers.
Shug.
I feel bad because we may have just conjured this person into reality by accident.
Did you get a call or something?
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, I got an email. Hold on. Guys.
Flossy Buggers.
Yeah. We have a cease and desist from Miss Flossy Buggers.
And it's on our next episode when we've got a special guest.
Flossy Buggers.
Hi, Shug. Am I getting paid for this?
Yeah, right? Good.
Thanks, huh?
Good God.
Oh, with her son Grits.
Grits Spangle.
Grits. Oh God.
Grits
Spangle.
That's a good one.
That's an action film character name if I've ever heard
Spangle. One. Colonel Grits Spangle.
Oh my! Played by Charles Napier.
Yes.
Spangle.
Oh my God! And he's fighting his number one enemy, Brian Bosworth.
The Boz.
The Boz.
In the role he was meant to play.
Yes. What if they had a movie with Brian Bosworth and Boz Skaggs as a couple of buddy cops?
Boz and the Boz.
The Bozes.
That would at least merit a Wheel of Fortune puzzle.
Right.
Wouldn't it be Boz and Skaggs?
The Boz and the Skaggs.
You're welcome.
Fuck
on
you,
this
Tequila and Panetti.
On this week's episode of Boz and the Skaggs. On a very special episode of Boz and the Skaggs.
My God. And Boz Skaggs is totally kind of like the weathered, sort of jaded, cigarette-y partner. And the Boz is the new blood. He doesn't do anything by the book.
He's got a blonde mohawk and a bad attitude.
And that's...
and he's high as shit on an 8-ball, baby.
Also, the only TV show to have the number one sponsor of Hormel's chili.
Dinty Moore completes meals.
Oh, no. Oh.
Completes.
The way they spell complete in those meals disgusts me.
Completes.
They might as well just call it hooves and sauce. I mean, it's totally hooves. It's
the third ingredient is gelatin. So he keeps it shape in the packaging.
You got hooves in my hooves.
God. Father Malone. Oh man, this is a good one. Hooves and sauce.
It's hot in here, guys.
Stop making me laugh. Hi, I'm Grit Spangle. And I'm here to sell you Dinty Moore Completes, a new brand, a new way of life.
Dinty Moore is the most disgusting thing in the world just because it's called Dinty Moore. There's something so unappealing about Dinty Moore.
If you met somebody named Dinty Moore, wouldn't you just assume they were a pederast?
Yes, 100% I
What's
would.
funny is there's a character in Leprechaun's Christmas Gold, a Rankin and Bass episode.
No.
And the character's name is Dinty Doyle.
Dinty. Come
Dinty
on.
Doyle. God, we've strayed so far from God's loving light.
But I think Neil Young and company would appreciate this.
Oh yeah. I think this conversation is very much in keeping with the tone of Human Highway.
Oh, Devo would appreciate it.
Right.
Why?
Mark Mothersbaugh would love to play a character named Grit Spangle. I mean, Lionel Switch is
no that character. Grit Spangles, the love theme of Grit Spangles.
What's his leitmotif?
I can't hum it for you or anything.
We'll get Howard Shore on it. He'll do it.
Please, yes. We need a return to form.
I wonder, is there another movie like this one none of us have seen, or is this as far as
we know that?
Well, I know, but is this as well because you had heard Heather, you had heard of this movie, but you watched it. There's no way that you could have not watched it and just known about it. But my question is a different one. Is this as far down the cult movie rabbit hole as you can go?
No.
Okay, no.
Because there's actually a movie that was made in the early 80s that I would kill to get a copy of called Rock and Roll Hotel. And it was basically done as a vehicle to promote Rachel Sweet, who was a somewhat popular. I think she's more of kind of a cult popular artist here. She's probably best known for having some connection to Seinfeld now, to the show. But she also did the song Hairspray, the title song for John Waters. But in the 70s and 80s, she was on Stiff Records and actually was a really talented singer. But the film also has I think Judd Nelson's in it. Fox Harris is credited somewhere in there.
It will be found.
It's never been released to home video. It's never been released in any physical media format. Somebody found the print a few years ago and it screened once in, I think, Philly theatrically, but it's never, when me and Mike McFadden were trying to get our podcast off the ground, which sadly never happened, but because we lost Mike, but that was one of our grail items. Me and Mike were actively trying to put feelers out on Twitter together and separately, because Rock and Roll Hotel, there's a little clip of it on YouTube, but the whole movie
Doesn't that make it worse in a way when you can see one bit of it?
Yeah, because you know that you have confirmation.
You can pretend
that
it's not real
print.
if you've seen nothing.
Yeah.
I've never seen one frame of The Day the Clown Cried. And that's okay. But if I saw 10 seconds of it, I'd be like, I need that movie now.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
No, yeah, that's so true. So there definitely are films, and that's the exciting thing though about what we do is that film as being such a young format, you're never going to get bored with finding, even if you confirm I'm only going to look at movies from 75 to 85, you're going to find shit 10 years later that you didn't know about. There's always something new and exotic to find,
like this, like we've mentioned, Father Malone and I had never even heard of it, which is shocking for Father Malone, not so much for me. The question is, has Mike White heard of this movie?
Mike White definitely is.
Oh, please, Mike owns it. He probably has a screenplay. Mike is awesome.
Didn't you hear the commentary track with Mike White?
I didn't know. Wait, is that a thing?
I wish.
If not, it should be.
It totally.
It will be eventually.
Yeah. But the projection just becomes like Amazon. Everything's owned by Mike White Productions.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to have a piece of it. They should at least give him something.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm also kind of surprised when I was doing some research that this wasn't released more recently by a boutique label. It was released on Blu-ray in 2016, but that was with some Neil Young concert film, Rust Never Sleeps. So
there is a separate release where it's just the film.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I have.
Okay. But there's no Shout Factory or Kino or anybody. This was before that, which is surprising for me because this is that kind of movie, right?
Totally.
It's a little surprising they haven't jumped on.
Right. Yeah. Or Criterion.
Kino Lorber.
Yeah. Arrow.
Dinty Moore.
I would love the Dinty Moore label.
Dinty Lorber.
Yes.
100 years of Dinty Lorber. 100 years of cinema.
Just stop.
That's a knuckle. What's that? It's a knuckle. There's a whole fucking knuckle in this.
God.
Arrow. I would love to see Arrow do this. Because
Yeah.
Arrow, I mean, any of those other labels would do great too, but Arrow would be, I think, be cool.
And it's too bad now because, Dean Stockwell's passed and he was such a big part of the film and the script and the direction. So it would have been nice to have something before he passed away, but
they should do it now though, because we still have Neil.
Yeah, and Russ Tamblyn.
And we still have Russ Tamblyn, and we still have we at least still have 3 out of the original 5 members of Devo. God, that hits me so heavy to think about that.
Christ.
Yeah, because we don't. Yeah, Bob 2 and Alan are both gone, but oh man, I just bummed myself out.
Fucking me too. Shit.
I'm sorry. Here, Chris, make a joke about Dinty Moore. Make a joke
what
about
happened
Dinty
to
Moore.
them? Did they something bad? I'm assuming
They died.
Two of them died.
Yeah, two of the OG. Yeah.
And I don't think Heather and I have known a moment of consciousness where Devo hasn't been a thing.
Yeah. The Devo have been a constant lighthouse for a lot of us cultural kind of outrage types. So
watching them drop is very, very dear.
Yeah, I know, I get it. I mean I have liked Devo outside of Whip It because of Casino.
Oh yeah, that fucking Satisfaction cover, which is so much better than the Stones version.
Right. Yeah. I think we actually said that when we did that episode. So many years ago.
Fucking
our first episode together even.
Yeah.
First time I had ever interfaced with the Father Malone.
Oh man.
That's an episode to listen to, man. I would love to hear what that shit sounds like now.
I kind of don't, because it's like I think it's the first thing I did. It was the first podcast I was ever on. I don't know what I was doing. I probably made a fool.
Holy shit, I did not know that.
Real? Wow.
Holy fuck, dude.
No, I had my own podcast where I was reviewing fucking comic books shit with a friend of mine, but I had never been on anyone else's stuff, so I was petrified. And I think I did okay, but like it was you and what's his face?
Eric,
yeah. And Eric talks a lot and he's very loud, so it was hard to get a word in there.
Didn't it take like 6 months for us to get that even set up?
Yeah, and I'm still mad because I was supposed to be on Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah. But to be fair, like, do I ever need to do a Conan the Barbarian episode?
Yes.
Really? Don't we know someone who's done an episode of Conan the Barbarian that probably does anyone need like 7 fucking hours?
That's the length of Roots.
Man.
Yeah, right. It's its own thing.
Anyway.
I wasn't on that episode either, if it makes you feel any better.
It does not at all make me.
What's crazy though is I have known Heather longer than I've known you, Father.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I would have guessed otherwise.
I met you in like 2015 or 16.
Oh God.
And Father Malone, I didn't meet you until like 2017.
2017, yeah.
Yeah. But
because Heather and I were like, we did Celine and Julie Go Boating.
We did. That was the birth of Cinematic Blind Spot, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Which morphed into the Unholy Triumvirate.
Yes. that was legit one of my favorite projection booth episodes ever that I've done.
Where Mike had to edit out us talking about Steven Seagal eating corn dogs the first time we ever met.
He shouldn't have.
He took it out fucking straight up.
We're talking about that on the projection, but what movie were you talking about?
Celine and Julie Go Boating.
Because when you think French surreal, honestly, it's French surrealist comedy. So what is more surrealist than Steven Seagal?
Wait, it's you guys. Oh yeah. No,
but we didn't know each other. Like that's the thing. Like you say, it's you guys, but like I didn't know Heather.
Well,
I didn't know
but
Chris.
I know you both separately, and I can see you both. Being yourselves amongst yourselves and just fucking getting
Actually,
on.
What's crazy is if I think about it, Heather, you were like the 4th person I ever met while podcasting. Because it was, I guess it was, no, I guess you were the 3rd because it was Mike and then Rob St. Mary and then you.
Oh,
which is wild. Like I've been podcasting. I podcasted with Heather in like the before serious podcast times because it's like I kind of like separate it. Because like I think kind of like Father Malone, when I met you and like Jess and some of like the other folks, like it kind of shifted away from like chuckle fuck bullshit.
Yeah, you got serious.
I never even had Heather on my show for a while, right? Like I never had you on the show.
I was offended too.
You know what? I think you probably benefited from not being on the show that early because the show that early on was just.
The show we're on right now.
Yeah.
In the past,
this show's fabulous.
6 years ago, this show was
Was it a shambles? Should I go listen to some archives?
I think you guys would agree. It's an uphill grind, right? You're hopefully getting better every
It's
time.
a horrible nightmare at the start.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
I don't want to like ever listen
Chris,
to those
I told you
episodes
HP
again.
is just going through it right now because you mentioned the taxi podcast I'm working on at the top there. And that's not mine. That's HP's. And he's now figuring out, editing is hard.
Yeah. And it's laborious. And depending on your equipment, it's also not fun.
So not only that, but he's also now hearing himself for the first time on a podcast. So he's umming and eyeing and, all the shit we went through.
Oh, yep.
Oh, having to
Once
hear
you can look at a waveform and go, that's an You're podcasting.
having to hear raw audio of your own voice is it's bad. Even now, I'm trying to remember, how did Father Malone? How did you and I officially meet
on this podcast?
Oh,
wait, how? Oh, yeah. Well, you guys were like messaging on Instagram, right?
No. It was we were on this show together, and we became friends on whatever, and then she and I started talking because everything she fucking posts is like my favorite nonsensical esoteric bullshit that nobody knows. So I'm like, so we started talking. I'm like, we had a good time on Kulturecast. We should do it again. And that's when I messaged you. I'm like, you should have us both on again.
What episode did we do, the three of us?
I have no idea, but I know we did one.
We did do one.
Huh.
No, it's weird because it's fuzzy because I watch
Earth Girls Are Easy.
That's what it was. Yes.
You guys can't see it. I have a Charles Rocket picture over here on my wall. Let me see if I can. Right there.
Just want to know who fucking shot me. Fire.
But
what a bummer.
No, it gets fuzzy because I was a big fan of your YouTube content before you and I worked together. Yes.
No.
Seriously, no. Like I've subscribed to you.
Thank you.
That's how I met Father Malone, was through his YouTube content. I was like, hey, that Phantom of the Paradise video is pretty cool, dude. Want to work together?
I did. The first time I watched the Phantom of the Paradise video, I ended up like binging like 5 or 6 of your other videos, and I was like, I want to be friends with this dude.
See?
And then magic happened. So
see, look at that. See.
I'm so glad I don't make those videos anymore.
That's fair. I mean, that's fair, but for reasons.
Oh man,
reasons not of your own.
No, but one of those took like 6 months to do. You know what I mean? Like I didn't. Information wasn't presented in the thing. It wasn't because I didn't fucking research it. And then you put it out there, and then it boils down to idiots just giving you shit because they can, and you're like, that's I didn't do this for you.
I have seen that movie multiple times.
I know. We don't need to talk about this for the umpteenth time. But.
I'll never get old because again, like I don't understand how they think it's a target.
I still send you every time they do it. I send it to you.
I know, because it's like at some point I'll be like, you just stop, please.
I have. That's the thing. I don't even make them anymore, and I'm still getting that shit. So whatever. Anyway, I'm glad we're here and we're talking like this. This is better.
Well, that's funny. While all of us go out there and create art and do podcasts and get trim, these sad ass motherfuckers are hating on Father Malone's videos. Hate on, motherfuckers, because we're living our lives.
Yeah, I don't need you and your bullshit.
Right. Getting trim, as Heather just said.
That's right.
Holy fuck.
Hashtag Trim Masters. Come on.
Trim Masters on this year's season of Trim Masters. It's like the Great British Bake Off, but with lawnmowers.
With Boz and Skaggs as their guest judges.
Yeah. Boz and the Skaggs.
Yeah.
Here they
Flossie
go.
Buggers returns.
What was the Pinky?
Anyone seen Pinky Gamoots?
Yeah.
Pinky Gamoots.
I
Jesus.
love Pinky Gamoots.
Good God.
Wasn't that a character in Bugsy Malone? One of our previous episodes?
Pinky Gamoots.
Right next to Babyface.
God, oh my Lord. We have really kind of gone all over the world with the movies that we've watched so far. Like we've kind of gone everywhere.
We have.
It's pretty great.
Kind of bouncing off the genres too, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. I like it.
I do too. I mean, this is like super cult musical. Obscure. We did Congo, which is the complete opposite of all that.
IMDb top 100, you mean?
I love that Congo is the fucking curveball in our selections.
Ugly gorilla. Ugly.
Oh God, no. Oh God. I hate that fucking. I love animals so much, but that gorilla is horrible.
Still, a month later, it haunts your dreams.
It does. You know, it'd be more lovable than Amy the gorilla in Congo if they had one of those raping Botos dolphins from the Amazon that are like total dicks. Are you guys familiar with this?
What?
This is
Yeah,
there's
I've
a
heard of
species.
this.
There's a species of dolphin that are river dolphins in the Amazon called Botos dolphins. And you look at them, they look like kind of fucked up looking dolphins, like a dolphin that's on meth or something. Like, and they're occasionally
They're
pink.
not pretty.
They're not pretty. They fight all the time. Some of them are pink because that's scar tissue. They're very violent. They're very aggressive. They're known to knock people off of boats and attack them. They feed piranhas. Like these are like some scary, scary dolphins.
Where's this movie? Right? Like,
Right.
Where? Yeah.
why are they making like
Sharknado.
sharktopuses and stuff? Like,
Dolphin, the day of the dolphin.
maybe it's a whole different day of the dolphin. I'll tell you
Yeah,
what. It ain't got nothing to do with that one.
Yeah,
This
they're jumping out of
dolphin.
they're jumping out of the water and smacking people into the piranhas that are waiting. Apparently,
Right. And you know, one of them's totally gonna like slap you in the nuts too. Like it's just gonna be like that.
like
extra.
a dick move. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
violent, but like petty violence.
Right. Like, oh, is that your taint? Like that. And it's like, you dick. And now
dolphin snout to the taint. That's a new one.
that
Is it though?
That was Pearl Jam's latest album, Dolphin Nose to the Taint.
And you know it'll sound like
The same as it ever sounded.
Yeah, exactly.
God, that's what this movie was missing. That's what we needed in the late 2000s, like a Pearl Jam version of this.
They would have done it too, right?
Well,
That
I
would-
mean, why
Badly.
not?
I'm not saying it'd be in any way good.
No, it'd be terrible.
I'm just saying they'd be down.
I wish there were more movies like this one where bands' involvements were kind of just like strange and just like off the wall. I mean, like kind of like Forbidden Zone. I wish that there were more movies like this. I get why there aren't, but
There was an unfinished one that you can see parts of it have surfaced called, and which the band released it, called Whatever Happened to Vileness Fats, that the Residents made back in the early 70s.
Huh.
Yeah. It's a
Interesting.
trip. It's a trip for sure. But
Interesting.
yeah, there should be more movies like this, though. I mean, like I think about it, there's so many bands that have that potential. Like, imagine if somebody had like put the Cramps and like, you know, a sexploitation horror movie, you know,
Instead
like
of Beverly
throwback.
Hills 90210,
That-
which is where they appear.
That is fucking weird. Now I saw that episode, and I mean, they got paid. I'm happy.
They
I
got,
love the
listen,
Cramps.
you know what? They got to infect the youth of America. Like, I guarantee you, at least one child out there went, "That's for me," and
Yes.
we're off. So, yeehaw! Like,
Exactly.
But would I have preferred them to be in a movie that takes place in a swamp in the 1950s and it's black and white? Yes.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you
Like
get
a-
something like True Stories, right? I mean, that's kind of
Yeah.
up the alley of this movie, which I'm a huge fan of that movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, movie's
Yeah.
fun.
Rhythmatist. Do you ever see that with Stuart Copeland?
Oh no! Holy shit! I need to see this.
Huh.
Yeah, Rhythmatist.
Oh man,
Like
Interesting.
traveling the globe finding rhythms.
it seems very on brand.
Yeah, you know, what are you gonna you weren't expecting him to like go look at Moyem.
Yeah.
And Sting just in the corner crying. Just,
You know, my favorite story about Sting from Stuart Copeland was when Sting was working on Brimstone and Treacle. Is it Treacle?
Either or, who
Okay.
cares?
we're
And-
American.
Fucking
he-
limey fruits.
God damn.
No, that's sorry. That's a line from A Fish Called Wanda.
I think it's a line from a movie called Father Malone Hates the British.
Yes, I
On
do,
the day
but
of the
that's-
Queen of England dying,
Oh,
sir.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus,
Yeah.
you
Mate.
insensitive, colonized piece of shit.
You know, I think I have a theory that the more horrible deeds you do as a leader, the longer you live.
Oof,
Mm.
boy, really stretch that one out then.
Yeah. But it makes me sad that, but gosh, I don't know. You think about, Stuart Copeland, where Sting was like almost doing method acting and he plays the devil. And Sir Copeland just said, Sting, you're not the devil. You're just a garden variety asshole.
I
You mean
love
Fade
Stuart Copeland.
Routha?
I love Stewart's brother. I love those Copeland boys.
Oh gosh, we wouldn't have IRS records without
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yes.
Like every fucking like band I love from that era was on that that
Same.
label, man. And And Stuart Copeland did a lot of interesting stuff just with the label himself. Like, what is the song? The song from Rumblefish that he did with Stan Ridgway.
Yes.
Don't Box Me In.
Yes, that's a brilliant song.
It's one of the best songs I've ever heard.
Yeah.
He did a song for IRS did the soundtrack for Texas Chainsaw 2.
Yeah.
And he's got a song called Strange Things Happen to a Man on the Road. It's Stuart Copeland. He's singing in it. And it's a great song. I wish more people knew about it.
I know. That is a great soundtrack.
Yeah. No One Lives Forever. Holy shit.
Oh my
Goo
God.
Goo Muck by the Crabs.
Yes, the Lords of the New Church.
Yeah, that's a great what a good movie.
Killer soundtrack.
Yeah. For a killer movie.
It's funny, speaking of IRS artists, there was a band on there that tried to get a movie made and it never came to fruition, but the Flesh Tones. Peter Zaremba had written a script about a character called Ghoul Man. Seriously.
I want to see that. I mean,
I know. And he even had like one of the girls that were in Pulsalama, which was like a really cool 80s New York band. Wendy, what is her last name? She was on Peter's first solo album, the Peter Zaremba Love Delegation album, which is a really great album. There's a cover of Some Velvet Morning that rocks. Like, it's totally not an appropriate cover of that song, but it's so good because there's like hand clapping and wooing. And it's like some velvet morning when it's like totally like that.
Wow.
Woo! Like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hear that one.
But yeah, he wanted to make this movie about the Ghoul Man, and it was totally gonna have like, I believe, flesh tone music in it. And he later on did a song about the Ghoul Man for a compilation called is it Zombie? Actually, I have it pulled up somewhere. Mondo Zombie Boogaloo, which also features Southern Culture on the Skids.
Oh boy.
Oh, Southern Culture on the Skids.
And Los Straight Jackets, which those are two other bands I would love to see make a weird movie.
Yeah, Southern Culture particularly.
Yes. Very great band. Man.
Camel Walk.
All right. Little Debbie. I'm coming on home, baby.
Yeah, I know Southern Culture on the Skids because I think they had a song in Super Troopers.
More like Super Poopers. No,
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I've never seen it.
Fucking burn. But
it was lame. But it made me laugh, and that's all that matters. But no.
Poopers. Simply stunning. Should have been super doo-doo, just caca doo-doo.
I'm sorry, my inner Beavis is strong.
Caca doo-doo. I just like that caca doo-doo.
Caca doo-doo. The word dookie also makes me laugh.
Yeah, dookie's a good one.
Dookie. It's like, Chris, I know you'll appreciate the over No Holds Barred. When Hulk Hogan's
Dookie.
Yeah. What's that smell?
You ever see this movie, Father Malone?
With Hulk Hogan and Tiny Lister?
Yes. I saw it when it came out.
Yeah.
It was a long time. Zeus, right?
Yeah.
Tiny Lister. Yeah. I saw it in the theater, and I've completely forgotten everything about it except Tiny Lister. His name's Zeus, and I believe he has a bejeweled Zeus belt or something.
Yes, that's correct. It's the world of pro wrestling, buddy.
Yeah. The best is when they had him appear on WWF as Zeus.
Right.
And this is when kayfabe was still supposed to exist. And his promos were so incoherently amazing because he'd be like, Brutus Barber, Hulk Hogan.
Hey.
Oh boy.
R.I.P.
Father Malone, we should just do a wrestling movie next, like ready to rumble.
Yeah. There we go. That one, isn't Dirk Benedict in that one? No, there's an 80s
Slam.
one.
That's Body Slam. With Roddy Piper. I would do that once. I'm a huge Piper fan.
I've never seen that movie.
The Wild Samoans are also in it, and Lou Albano.
Alpha and Sika.
Yeah. They appear in Creepshow,
Oh
yeah.
Jordy Verrills watching wrestling. And
my god.
I believe it's Bruno Sammartino versus Samoa number 1.
That's amazing. You go. I love when wrestling appears in horror movies in the 80s because like Silver Bullet, that little girl's like drunk dad is watching wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, my parts. My parts hurt watching that.
What about when Hogan shows up in Gremlins 2?
That is awesome.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Listen here, Grem dudes.
The best thing Hulk Hogan's ever done in his career, in my opinion, is that. And I remember watching The Soup when he had Hogan Knows Best. They had a clip of him talking to Linda while he was on the toilet. and it ended with him, like, the shot of him pantsless on the can saying, "Oh, she doesn't know what she's in for."
I think my favorite thing that Hulk Hogan's ever done is say, no, Hulk Hogan has a 12-inch penis. Terry Bollea's penis is much smaller.
Either
way,
remember that.
Yeah.
That
He
trial.
won like $40 million. So you know what? Hey.
Yeah, and
No, Your Honor, it
kind
was
of
Hulk Hogan, not me. It's a character, sir.
Yeah, they stripped away some of our rights as citizens in that trial, but yeah.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan, right? Hilarious.
Yeah, a wonderful guy, sure.
Either way, it looks like those hot dogs that have been in the gas station cooker for like too long.
Certainly now he does. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
delicious with the little fuzz on top and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a note from Human Highway that I need to share.
Oh, yes.
When the guy shows up to buy the Frankie Fontaine's manager or whatever, like shows up to buy the diner, he gets out of the car and he sees Dean Stockwell and he says to him, can I have a minute with you? And Dean Stockwell says, "You can walk over here." That was my favorite part of the whole movie.
I love that.
You can walk over here. And then the guy like goes, like, what an asshole thing. Like that, just in general, in daily life, like what a dick thing. Like when someone does that, could I have a minute with you? Like, yeah, you can come over here. You need to talk to me, fucker.
So did Russ Tamblyn and Dean Stockwell must have known each other since they were child actors, huh?
Must.
Because Russ Tamblyn was in The Boy with Green Hair.
Yeah.
So, man,
Yeah,
can you imagine
kids.
like knowing someone that long and working with them for that long? It's wild.
Yeah.
And you get to be either Russ Tamblyn or Dean Stockwell.
right. Either or.
Right.
Like, there's no downside to being either of those.
No way.
You get cool, brilliant artist number 1. Cool, brilliant artist number 2.
Yeah. We barely talked about Dennis Hopper in this movie. He's barely in this movie.
He's barely in the movie. Yeah. And he's, he's addled, let's say.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could say that.
Wait, what?
I'm joking.
Breaking news.
TMZ
reporting.
A very provocative statement on my part.
I'm just fun. Did read that apparently there was an incident on the set where he started wielding a knife and Sally Kirkland was trying to get it away from him and ended up cutting her hand and severing like a tendon and it turned into like this whole lawsuit kind of thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mr. Hopper, allegedly, Your Honor, it was a real knife. Allegedly.
Dennis Hopper, the knife is 9 inches long. The knife by itself is just like 3 inches.
God.
You see, that was Cracker holding the knife. Not
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper was not present. I subscribed to the method, and that wasn't me.
And that's the way it goes.
I mean, I actually, in my early college years, I was a hostess at a greasy spoon known as Shoney's.
Hey, fucking Shoney's. That bear. That's the bear, right?
They gave me the bear when I quit.
Is that a euphemism for something? At Shoney's, we give you the bear.
Yeah, it's syphilis. No, I'm joking. No,
it's where all those lot lizards hang out, right, Father Malone? The lot lizards we were talking about last time down at the Shoney's, down at the local Shoney's.
Well,
at the truck stop or the Shoney's. Sometimes they're one and the same.
Yeah,
I wish we would have had some lot lizards because they're the thing. We were catty corner to a Waffle House, and I think all the lot lizards went to the Waffle House.
We got to go where the money is, which is Waffle House.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, for their clientele.
Yeah, but we had our main fry cook, who was a very good cook, was totally on amphetamine. And his big hit, he'd hit on all the girls, and it would be like, "Hey, you want to wrestle?" And I complained about him.
I complained, and I, Heather Drain, fan of wrestling, for once did not want to wrestle. In no uncertain fucking terms.
Well, because one of the waitresses he said it to was like 15. And, I complained about him.
All these R. Kelly motherfuckers, age ain't nothing but a number. Swear to God.
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, I mean, here's a spoiler. None of the ladies took him up on the offer.
Shocking.
Yeah. Nor would anybody take Cracker up on any offer from him.
No.
But they're all in heaven now, so.
Well, I don't.
Ascended those stairs.
Dennis Hopper's kind of beautiful, though. But but the reality is, Cracker ain't gonna look like Dennis Hopper.
No,
he's gonna look like Travis Tritt on meth.
Yeah, you ever seen Alan Jackson with no teeth and a buzz cut? It's like that. Heather, gotcha.
Oh,
way down yonder on the whatever
You're
the
like,
fuck river that was.
Heather's about to take a sip of water. Let me say something ridiculously funny.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah,
that was good, Chris. I bow down.
So what are we talking about on the next episode? Have we decided?
Body Slam.
Ooh, okay.
It's time we got a sports picture in here.
Is it worth watching?
I think so.
What is it?
Body Slam.
Yes.
See? Okay.
Yes. I didn't hear you. It's like as you like turned.
Or did
and
I
just
cut
heard,
out or something?
I don't know. I just didn't hear it. I heard a whisper and then a sports picture, and I got nervous because I was like sports, and then you said Body Slam. No,
Minor League 3 back to, or Major League 3 back to the minors.
Yes. No.
Which was also the R. Kelly. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Wrap it up. You can't get better.
Yeah, I can't get any better than that. So I guess Body Slam, we're going to talk a wrestling movie that we've never talked on this show, which is fun.
I'm so excited. And, wrestling is very special to at least two of us.
Yeah.
I enjoyed wrestling.
Do you really? Okay, fabulous. And all three of us. I'm actually wearing...
up until 87, 88.
For life.
That's right. I'm wearing my Moxley t-shirt.
Yeah, look at that. See?
Yeah.
Too sweet, brother.
Wait. Too sweet.
Oh, no.
They're doing hand gestures. So, Father Malone, final thoughts on Human Highway.
If you like Neil Young or Devo, you need to watch this movie. If you like any of these actors, you need to watch this movie just as a completist because they're all fucking interesting. So it's worth a look just on that alone. Technically, I loved the movie. I love all the miniatures and all the weird process shots. It looks like intro vision or something at some point. I know this is all just like a set too. So I kept looking at the backgrounds and going like, that's a model. That's a huge model. Good for them. For all of that, I overjoyed in the movie. The music is spectacular. Devo wearing like proto Crocs. Take a look at those. Those are horrifying. And, for all those reasons, definitely watch the movie. If you're looking for narrative and dialogue that is pointed and thoughtful, you're not going to get it, but that's kind of not the point. So that's my final thought.
Heather?
My final thought is I absolutely love Human Highway. It's got great music. It's got a great color to it. It's creative. It's unlike really anything you're going to see. And I also think it's an interesting kind of film in the whole sort of like post-atomic American landscape. And also everything Father Malone pretty much just said. Agreed. Devo, Neil Young, and that cast. Come on, people. You know the answer. Do it.
I completely agree. I mean, this is something that had slipped under the radar, and I'm not sure how many Neil Young fans have seen this movie. I mean, again, I had no entry point other than being a casual fan of Devo. So this is not something that was ever going to be on my radar. And I'm glad that it is now, thanks to you, Heather, because it's a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, it's not substance-wise, maybe not the most there, but style, it's got that in spades. And it's a breezy 88 minutes too, which helps. It doesn't overstay its welcome either, which for something like this, sometimes they have the tendency to really overstay their welcome and kind of undo all the good that the movie does in overstaying its welcome, which, again, this being the first time Neil Young's directed anything, that in and of itself is pretty impressive. So overall, this was a lot of fun, Heather. A pretty good pick.
Yay. Thank you. I'm so glad and not to mention relieved that
isn't it nerve-wracking every time we voiced something you haven't seen on each other? Like, I don't know. I'm always worried you guys are going to hate my choices.
I know. No, same. Because there's nothing worse. We've all had those moments where you lend a friend a movie that you love. That's almost like part of your DNA. You love it so much, and they hate it. And it's like you feel like they've rejected you. Like it's like you take it really personally.
Yeah.
And but that's why you become friends with cool film people.
Now you guys know how I felt about the Congo episode. I'm just kidding. The two of you just like,
shit. I know.
He loves Congo. How much?
Oh God! Now I
Not
feel.
that
I'm
much.
sorry,
Not that
Chris.
fucking much.
Not that much.
Not enough to give that many shits. No.
Okay.
I completely agree. I mean, it's like giving people like restaurant suggestions or anything else. It's like I'm always worried that I maybe like something and like it's just a me thing. So yeah, no, this is fun. I would like to see a better release of this by a bigger, like I guess, niche label, designer, boutique, whatever the hell.
You know what? Could we
call
at least get it maybe streaming? And I think at this point, like people would just maybe watch it.
Yeah.
I think another re-release is only going to cater to us.
Yeah, it's like Tubi or Pluto or Criterion, or they all have streaming services at this point. My God.
But I will say, if any of you boutique labels are listening, I know 3 people that would be great for supplements.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm talking about these 3 here. And if you don't pick us, at least pick Mike White, obviously.
Yeah.
The default setting.
If not us, then yeah. If not
then
us,
we'll give you our best, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. And this is a Warner video too, which is like why it's kind of weird to me that it's never been given something else. So time will tell. I mean, I've seen weirder things get released on Kino, so it's not unwise to say it couldn't happen. It could happen very easily. I mean, it came out in 82, so maybe in 10 years it'll be like 50 year anniversary of the movie, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's sad.
I know.
But you know what I mean? Like,
I'm sorry. I just felt the cold wind of my own mortality.
Yeah, right. Shut your mouth over there.
Did you just walk over my fucking grave?
That's gonna be the default when somebody's like,
most
hey,
depressing wrap up of all time.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, until then, where can people find you, Father Malone?
FatherMalone.com. Go there. I've got lots of links to lots of nonsense. Yay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tomahawk spaceship. I want to leave everyone with that.
I would appreciate it if Mel Brooks's Jews in Space had flown by behind him.
Oh my God, those 2 ships together?
Right. Right.
My heart would explode.
Heather, what about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me over at my website, mondoheather.com, and as well as Twitter and Instagram at mondoheather. I also have a Patreon where you get kind of groovy sneak peeks into articles, exclusive content, random Spotify playlists, maybe even a picture or 2 of my Halloween costume when I was a little 6-year-old punk rocker. You never know. So.
And we didn't mention, Heather, because we talked about it on the last episode, and then we didn't realize it until after we had turned off the recording.
Yeah.
If you listen to the Hitcher episode, we mentioned the second sight release that's coming out here pretty soon. And our dear friend Heather has a fucking essay in the goddamn Blu-ray, folks. Holy shit. And you know what? It's really good, too. Spoilers, we've read it.
Yeah.
It happens when you're friends with the artist, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We get that shit mainlined into our veins.
Gotta mention this shit, man. That's a big deal. We're proud.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. That's really fucking cool. So yeah, if you're looking to increase your Steelbook Blu-ray collection, the Hitcher is probably, you could do worse. I don't think you could do much better, frankly, but you could do a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would make me happy.
Go make her happy, God.
Please.
Yeah. You sons of bitches. As for me, cstachiw.com, cstachiw.com. That's my link tree. Go there. We're working on a lot of stuff, creating a lot of new stuff. We have things to announce, just not yet. So sorry, not to spoil you blue balls, but some point we'll announce it. Some point, I don't know, in the future. But until then, that's where you can find me, this show, Kulturecast.com, patreon.com/Kulturecast, if that's a thing you're into. If not, I totally get it. Money is hard for lots of folks these days, so no worries. We're still going to make content. It's just, if you want to kick a couple dollars our way. Heather, Father Malone, I think we should end this episode, as always, by asking the question of the evening. What would the porn title of this movie be if they were to make it as
of this?
I don't know. You know it's coming, and yet we still don't close our eyes.
I don't. I only remember it as when you bring it up.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
So you think about it. Horny Highway.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hershey Highway. I'm gonna build on that
one. Okay. It does take a worried man when you don't have lube
to do worried work. Yeah.
Come on the highway.
Ooh, that has like a Tex Ritter feel to it. I'm like that.
This summer, come on the highway.
That sounds like, I feel like that should be like an old country song, like "Come on the highway."
So that's actually a James Taylor deep cut B-side.
I've seen come and I've seen rain.
Wow.
One is opaque and one is clear. Ugh.
One has herpes. Oh.
Horny Highway is pretty good though. Horny Highway.
Hershey Highway. I
No,
think
that's
is-
too specific. Horny Highway, everyone's invited. Hershey Highway, we're just doing anal.
It's just saying.
But everybody's still invited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
everybody-
but not everyone wants to go to that party.
No, but everybody's got a butthole.
Right? I'm just saying we're likely.
That's the book, folks. Everybody's got a butthole.
Yeah, so that's a sequel to Everybody Poops.
My father, Malone, Heather Drain, and Chris Stachiw. Everybody's got a butthole.
Dedicated to the memory of Flossie Buggers.
Yeah.
Oh, God. She died on the Horny Highway.
She did. She died on the Hershey Highway.
Yeah, that's where you die.
She died. You know what road she died on? 101 Blossom Lane.
Yikes. That's, well, as they say on that note, we'll catch you on the next episode.